You know what I've been thinking? If I'm not allowed to believe in God because there's no palpable evidence, many other scientific facts can fall into the same standard. Some scientific discoveries are not easily explainable to laymen, the same way that God is not easily explainable to anyone, by anyone. So people study for years to understand certain concepts in science. In many cases, it requires interdisciplinary, deep level of knowledge and thought. Some of these concepts seem mythical to most of us and can easily be dismissed and mocked. For example, psychology wasn't even accepted by the scientific crowd until recently, so I could make fun of that. Fun fact is that metaphysics can be taken very seriously by high-level scientists that study deeply, but it is bullshit for most of us. So my point is, allowing people to believe in God without pushback, it's important. If believing in a mythical idea becomes respected by scientists instead of a reason for mockery, some of the scientific concepts may be more accepted by skeptical laymen and religious types. Especially because scientific facts can be just as easily mocked, just like flat earthers do to the globe model, or how Jehovah's Witnesses can be easily taken as insane in the God model. But one thing we all should consider is that many scientific facts are only facts until a better model is found. And God is only God until a better God becomes a God to those who believe. Were you able to follow this? If not, let me change subjects. You know another thing I've been thinking about lately? What is a silent weapon and how can it be used? I hope this one is going to be easier for you to follow. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon. Good? Its creators intend to damage the target, not only physically, but also mentally. A silent weapon is most effective when the source of energy and power is attacked. Vital energy resides in our social interactions and psychological well-being. So a silent weapon is ideally used to attack those sources of energy and power. A silent weapon shoots situations instead of bullets, propelled by data processing instead of chemical reactions or explosions, originating from bits of data instead of grains of gunpowder, from a computer instead of a gun, also operated by a computer programmer instead of a marksman, under the orders of a bank magnate instead of a military general. You got my point here? A silent weapon makes no obvious explosive noises, causes no obvious physical or mental injuries, and does not obviously interfere with anyone's daily social life. So it has to be associated with a real threat. Imaginary or created, but to act in association of the silent weapon. So the threat will make an unmistakable noise, causing unmistakable physical and the intended mental damage coming from witnessing the physical damage, and unmistakably interferes with daily social life, causing people to distance from each other. The public cannot yet comprehend this weapon and therefore cannot believe that they are being attacked and subdued by this weapon. But it's happening. The public in general might instinctively feel that something is actually wrong. Because of the technical nature of a silent weapon, they cannot express their feelings in a rational way or handle the problem with intelligence without being called conspiracy theorists. So most of the people do not know how to cry for help and do not know how to associate with others to defend themselves against it. Silent weapons are applied gradually So the public adjusts and adapts to its presence and learns to tolerate its encroachment on their lives until the pressure, either psychological or economic, becomes normal status quo to all of them. At some point, a silent weapon becomes the very public who was attacked. They accepted their new normal so well and become wary of those who still express discomfort with this new normal. So they try to impose the new normal to all the others around them as a fact. So an effective silent weapon is an association of a biological and social warfare. These weapons are intended to attack the vitality of the intended targets, their wealth, their health, and their psychological well-being. Then, these weapons remove any options that could restore the vitality of the intended targets. Furthermore, a silent weapon needs to reduce or at least control the mobility of the targets in that society by introducing measures of following, learning behaviors, and understanding them to be used to manipulate and attack the target's sources of natural and social energy and their physical, mental, and emotional strengths in the future. I'm not another crazy dude online. Look up everything I say and check it out for yourself. What is a silent weapon? That all being said, what do you think it is a silent weapon deployed on us recently? Really, the description was clear. Unless it is removed from the online databases. And then censorship will make this sound like I'm just another conspiracy theorist. Yeah, who knows me? No, I am not a conspiracy theorist. But I'm a matter-of-fact guy who goes and dips into subjects and reads and understands. So go ahead. Go research for yourself.